Hi everyone, welcome. New year, new look. It's the Ask a Mortician studio. I did all the wallpaper myself. Don't look too close. It will make you sad for me. Speaking of sad,
My girl.
I looked this up. Apparently there's a whole genre of people watching My Girl for the first time and filming themselves because we live in a world of sadists. I don't know.
I'm in physical pain.
To be very clear, this is not my first time at the My Girl rodeo. I watched My Girl dozens of times in my life. However, all of those times were when I was very young. Certainly not since I entered the funeral industry. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what to expect. Well, I know what to expect. And it's not good. Okay, here we go. Oh, this music, this darn 90s film nostalgia music is already stabbing me in the heart. Every 90s movie has some version of this music that is supposed to immediately just fill you with this sense of small town pathos. Also, every 90s movie was set in the 70s for some reason, with this music in the background. Am I right about that? That feels true to me.
I was born jaundiced. Once I sat on a toilet seat at a truck stop and caught hemorrhoids.
I forget that she talks to the camera like Fleabag. Before her time. This is Veda Sultanfuss, our lead, our protagonist, our queen. Veda Sultanfuss, excellent name for your new dog or cat. Veda Sultanpuss. Veda Sultanpuss! Is that already an Instagram famous cat? This is gonna make me a millionaire. Oh my god, the cat Veda Sultanpuss could reenact scenes in little costumes from My Girl. Somebody bring me a cat. I have a very good idea.
Dad, I don't want to upset you, but my left breast is developing at a significantly faster rate than my right. It can only mean one thing. Cancer. I'm dying.
Ooh. It's a good thing she doesn't have WebMD. Veda Sultanfuss and WebMD would be a disastrous mix. Veda lives in a funeral home, and she is charging young snot-nosed boys in the neighborhood to come over and see a corpse. Normally I would not encourage this in your local funeral home. However, this is the 1970s. We got people like Speedy Atkins, we got Eugene. You've seen videos of local funeral directors displaying embalmed bodies for profit. This is a time in the funeral industry where that kind of stuff is happening, and Veda is just gatekeeping, gaslighting, girl bossing, etc.
You didn't pay me.
Hand it over.
Gonna show us one. You're such a baby. You sure you want to see it? Or is someone gonna go yellow bell?
I want to see it.
I'm not checking. Okay. Lean forward.
No corpse. I couldn't remember if there was a corpse in there or not.
Weird. I want my money back.
You don't get your money back.
I was afraid.
It's a funeral home. You spend thousands of dollars and it all goes in the ground. Dan Aykroyd as Mr. Sultanfuss, Veda's father. He's down in the basement, he's embalming, not wearing any personal protective equipment at all, inhaling formaldehyde, just smoking packs of Salem in the prep room. 70s funeral directing, wild, wild time. We see that Veda doesn't want to turn the corner and see the actual dead body. And it's because she's a hypochondriac and her mother is either dead or has left the family, and I don't remember which one it is. I'm sure this will be revealed. I'm getting ahead of myself, but for these reasons, we're setting up that Veda is extremely uncomfortable with death, despite growing up in a funeral home. These two embalmers are suturing something, but I don't know what they're suturing. This dead person does not appear to be being embalmed, and it's taking two of them to do it. You need two men to just stand around the body and do this. We're embalming. He has blood on his hands. Where is that blood coming from?
Embalming my high school teacher.
Oh, he's embalming his high school teacher. Well, I like that detail, actually. It makes it feel very small town. Jamie Lee Curtis has arrived looking very young, very beautiful.
I am a licensed cosmetologist. I worked for 2 years at the Dino Raphael Salon.
Wait, I have to stop it there. Funeral directors love licenses. They love licensure. I don't know if they knew that when they made this movie, but it's funny that she's like, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. The funeral director's like, oh, really? You have a license? We love licenses. Interesting aside, I briefly thought about renouncing my title of mortician, like renouncing my license, because I do not agree with the licensing regime and economic protectionism in the American funeral industry. But then I realized if I gave up my title of mortician, then I would have to change the title of this channel. And it was too much work, so I put my protest aside and I was like, ask a mortician. That's what we're doing. That's not an interesting story.
This is not a beauty parlor. It's a funeral parlor.
They're dead?
Yes, they are.
Stiffs?
Deceased.
The ad just said makeup artist.
You gotta tell them what it is. You gotta put it in the ad. You gotta make it very clear. Also, speaking of making things clear, I need to stop right here. Jamie Lee Curtis, in the movie My Girl, gave generations of people the idea that there is a specific job in a funeral home that's just makeup artist on the dead. That you just show up every day with your makeup kit and you do makeup on the dead body and that's it. That is rare to non-existent. There's always so much more that someone working in a prep room or working at a funeral home has to do. It's confused a lot of people, and My Girl needs to apologize.
Daddy, how come that coffin's so small?
They come in all sizes, honey, just like shoes.
Is it for a child?
Of course not.
Then who's
Foreshadowing, foreshadowing. 90s movie, riding a bike, wearing jeans with streamers on our handlebars. Ah, Richard Nixon and Spiro Agnew. This scene is introducing us to Veda Sultanfuss's very best friend, Thomas J, aka Macaulay Culkin.
That's Mr. Bixler. Let's go talk to him.
I don't want to talk to no teacher. It's summer.
Hi, Mr. Bixler.
Mademoiselle Sultanfuss.
That's Joan Didion's nephew. That's just a fact I know about this actor. In this movie, he's Veda's teacher, English teacher.
Really?
You know, Veda, you shouldn't let those girls upset you.
I'm not upset. I will never play with those girls. I only surround myself with people who I find intellectually stimulating.
Same. A note about Anna Chlumsky, the actor playing Veda Sultanfuss, went to the same college that I went to, graduated I think like 2 years before I got there, also did university theater, which I did. I was a director. Can you imagine if I had directed a play in college starring Anna Chlumsky? Amazing. That would have been amazing.
It has come to my attention that the actress' last name is Chlumsky. As a woman who has her last name pronounced incorrectly every day, I must stand in solidarity and correct my mistake.
Thomas J?
I'm allergic to it.
To chocolate?
He's allergic to everything.
Chocolate?
To everything.
Foreshadowing, more foreshadowing! Oh no. Oh no, basketball in the prep room, basketball in the prep room. Ooh, creepy music. Basketball in the prep room. We are once again reinforcing how freaked out Veda is by this dead body, by death in general. Oh no, Shelly, don't trap her in the prep room. Oh no! What if this was just a complete tonal shift from this moment on? It was just full-blown horror movie. There's Shelly being a mortuary makeup artist as her full-time job.
Didn't I give you a picture of what she looked like?
Yeah.
Does that look work on anyone, living or dead, just a smudge of blue on the eyelids? That doesn't look like an embalmed body. I'm sorry, my girl. So many parts of this film, beautiful, authentic, real. This particular embalmed body, she's giving us very alive, serving us very circulatory system, pumping freely.
If this was the Reverend Porter's wife, you have her looking like a $2 hooker.
Woo! Mr. Sultanfuss! This was the era of Tammy Faye Baker, though, right? So there were reverends' wives that looked like that. To be fair to Shelly.
I was just wondering if there is anything wrong with Veda.
What do you mean?
Well, the other night at dinner.
Oh, that. She just likes to play.
I don't think so. I think she's confused about death.
She was raised in a funeral home. She knows a thing or two about it.
Veda is confused about death. But that's not really surprising. I mean, there are a lot of funeral directors who are deeply confused about death, and Veda grew up swaddled in the funeral home atmosphere. And it doesn't seem like Mr. Sultanfuss does a great job communicating about death and dying and grief to his daughter. So it's not surprising that Veda is a little weird about death.
You shouldn't be looking at that. It's a little too old.
Shelly is essentially both a van life influencer and a mortuary makeup artist. Two careers which many will enter, few will win. I'm trying to be honest.
I want you to show me how you see the world, your fears, your desires, your innermost secrets.
My fears and secrets. I'm afraid I killed my mother.
Good. That's a good, not I'm afraid no, it's not good she thinks she killed her mother, but it's a good reveal, right? I told you I didn't remember if her mother had left the family or died, but we know she has this strange relationship with death, and now it is revealed that not only is her mother dead, Veda believes that she killed her. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Got some more moving scenes with Thomas J. Showing that he's a real nerd, but gosh, a real friend, just a real friend to Veda.
I don't like touching fish.
The first rule in applying eye makeup is you can never wear enough blue eyeshadow.
Shelly, we know that that is your most closely held belief. You don't need to say that out loud to us.
I've been trying to get out to Hollywood for years.
We've seen your corpses. Shelly and Mr. Sultanfuss are going on a date.
I'm going to be putting makeup on some of these people very soon.
Memento mori. Remember you will die. That's what working in a funeral home is all about. Shelly's catching on.
Not since my wife died.
What happened to her?
Complications during childbirth there. She died 2 days after Veda was born.
So Veda did kill her mother. No, I'm kidding. Don't come for me. Here's the thing. If you are Mr. Sultanfuss, or any parent, and your wife dies giving birth to your child, it feels like your main job as a parent is to reinforce early and often to that child that it had nothing to do with them and is not their fault, which does not appear to be happening here. I Only Have Eyes for You is such a raunchy song. Is it one of the raunchiest songs of all time?
Good at kissing and dancing. I'm very optimistic.
I've got more time for this Shelly Mr. Sultanfuss relationship. Now that I am old, I got time for it. Now that I'm essentially their age. Although, sort of an HR violation. She's your full-time mortuary makeup artist, Mr. Sultanfuss. Is that even a real... Maybe he knows that it's not a real job either, and he's just luring women into the prep room. This turns sinister. It's the basketball horror movie we were all worried about. Shelly really loves this tuba-playing Mortician. God bless her. There's someone for everyone, right? Shelly's ex-husband has shown up.
Harry. I told you to use fewer briquettes, and now look what you've done. You've cremated them.
That's what I do.
Wah, wah, wah. Cremation joke. I'm trying to think of why that cremation joke doesn't land for me. I think it's because in the 1970s, a small town funeral home owner like that just wouldn't be doing that many cremations. I get that he's just like making a barbecue cremation joke, but he wouldn't be doing that many cremations. Maybe not everyone is as deeply devoted to cremation statistics over time as I am. That's probably extremely true. But where does this take place? This is on the East, this is Pennsylvania. I wonder how far this funeral home is from the original crematory in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna find out right now. Hold on. Just like I got time for Shelly and Mr. Sultanfuss's relationship, I have time to answer this question. 42 minutes. 42 minutes. From America's First Crematory. That's one of my favorite videos, by the way. It's called like America's First Crematory Was Wild, or America's First Cremation Was Wild. A highly underrated video, in my opinion. Okay, back to the film.
Stop it! What'd you do that for?
Who are you?
I'm his brother.
Is that really his brother?
There's
There's something really awkward about this scene. Is this supposed to be coded that that's not really his brother and they're all hairdressers and like stylists that work together and Shelly was married to one of them, but that's actually his lover? There's a really awkward pause there when he's like, who are you? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just looking for like a... It's always on the hunt for that kind of subtext. It's very savage though, Mr. Sultanfuss.
Your father's a savage.
It's a good punch. You to stand up for your woman as the tuba-playing mortician that you are.
Thomas, let me ask you a question. Does Veda ever tell you why she comes down here so much?
Because she's dying.
Do you think she is?
No.
Why do you think she says that?
Because she gets scared of all those dead people in her house. And you know that saying, you can't beat them, join them. Well, if she's one of them, she won't be as scared.
You know what I think? I think Veda's very lucky to have a friend like you.
She is lucky to have a friend like you. That's so profound. He's a little existential philosopher, Macaulay Culkin. Also, more foreshadowing. Another heavy dose, another heavy maple syrup layer of foreshadowing spread across the pancake of this film. Thomas J. and Veda go to the woods and they're kind of messing around with this beehive, even though we know that Thomas J. is allergic to bees. He's allergic to bees. He's allergic to bees. Don't do that because he's allergic to bees. Don't.
Got it! My mood ring!
Veda loses her mood ring. They can't find it, but they gotta get out of there because Thomas J. is allergic to bees.
They're alive! Run for your life!
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. They get out of there. They get out of there. They're safe. And that's it. That's the movie. Thank you so much for coming today to My Girl. That's not it. That's not the end of the movie.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 2.5, 3.
We're getting a Veda and Thomas J. first kiss. They make a pact that if she doesn't marry Joan Didion's nephew, she'll marry Thomas J.
I pledge allegiance.
Spoiler, she's not going to marry either of those people.
States of America.
Thomas J. is going back into the forest to look for Veda's mood ring, which she dropped. He doesn't want her to not have it, so he's gonna go in, even though he knows there's the beehive and there's bees there, and Thomas J. is allergic to the bees. So he finds the mood ring that he's gone back to look for Veda, but as you recall, Thomas J. is allergic to everything, and here come the bees. Here come the bees. At Thomas J. There goes his glasses to the ground. And there goes Thomas J. Police come to the funeral home to explain to Mr. Sultanfuss what's going on. This is the last moment of Veda's life. Ooh, Margaret Keane painting. It's the last moment of Veda's life where she's happily feeding her fish before everything changes forever.
Feed my fish?
Oh, Mr. Sultanfuss, this is a hard conversation. Funeral director or not, I cannot imagine having to tell my young child that their best friend has been killed by a pack of bees.
Veda, come here and sit down for a minute. Veda, something happened to Thomas J. last night. He stepped on a beehive.
I told him not to tease those bees. Did he get stung? Maybe I should go over and yell at him.
No, sweetheart. You can't.
Why not?
He was allergic to bees.
Oh,
He's
what
okay,
a good
isn't he?
little actor. There were just too many of them. That look that she gives, I think this is actually something that happens a lot in films, is you have someone come break some bad news, some like horrific news of a death, and the person just immediately starts wailing and screaming just within like 0.5 seconds of hearing the news. But the way that young Anna Chlumsky acts this, where she hears the news and she just goes like you can feel the just like anxiety and adrenaline just flooding her body, and she can't control her facial movements as she's taking in this news. And it's just it's spot on. It's very eerie, and it's very good and very sad. It's very sad. It's traumatically sad. Oh, we're bringing Thomas J's little body into the funeral home.
Her only friend in the world is dead.
I know that. But what do you want from me?
Stop hiding, Harry. You run, Harry.
Ooh. Shelly coming with some hard truths. Welcome to the Thunderdome, Shelly. It's the day of Thomas J's funeral, and if you're Veda, I mean, I'm all for keeping the body at home, having a home funeral, but she already lives in this house of death all the time for her whole life. She already has this fear of what goes on in the prep room down below, and now her best friend is down there being worked on by her father in some way she doesn't understand, and now the funeral is taking place in her place of residence. Like, it's too much, I think, for her. You really would feel like death is just everywhere if you were Veda. Oh, we got the... I like this contrast here of the minister being like, God has chosen Thomas J for a special reason, and then Veda kind of busting in and disrupting all of that and expressing the purest of raw emotions.
I want to go tree climbing, Thomas J. His face hurts.
He's just doing church stuff, and
he can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. Put on his glasses. He was going to be an acrobat.
He's gone, sweetheart. He's gone.
If you grow up watching this movie, Veda just yelling, wear his glasses, he can't see without his glasses, is like a substrate of your relationship with mortality. It's like what it lives on at its basic level.
I love you.
Veda.
I love you like my dad loved Shelly.
Oh, she confesses her love to Joan Didion's nephew, her English teacher, because grief is wild, because grief makes you do stuff like that.
I can't go home. I should have told Thomas J. He was my best friend.
You should have told him. You should have told him. Go tell your best friend they're your best friend right now. I want thousands of texts to be going out right this very second. Tell them the Mortician sent you. They preface that, but you know. The Mortician told you to tell them that they are your best friend and you love them. You never know when they're going to be searching for your mood ring and be swarmed by bees that they are allergic to and die.
The bees killed Thomas J. and I killed my mother.
No. No, sweetie, that wasn't your fault. Things like that aren't anybody's fault. It just happened.
See, Dan Aykroyd, I'm so glad that you're having this conversation with your daughter now, but you needed to be having this conversation earlier. This should not be the first time that you're having a conversation about whether or not your daughter killed her mom.
You were such a good friend to him. I hope you'll still come by and visit me.
I will. I promise. Mrs. Sennett,
Ah.
Thomas J will be all right. My mother will take care of him.
Thomas J will be all right. My mother will take care of him. She goes to read her final poem in creative writing class, and everybody leaves in a thoughtful mood.
Because he could not stay.
Well, I feel great. I missed that movie. I guess you say, what can traumatize a child this way? The 1991 film My Girl. I'm gonna go eat some cookies because I'm not feeling particularly upbeat. Okay, laters. Hi, it's Caitlin from the future. I just uploaded all the clips from this video and it's snowing outside and this is all set up, and so I got a wild hair to watch My Girl 2. Veda goes to Los Angeles. Truly something no one has asked for, but I'm gonna film it and I'm gonna put it on Patreon. I'm imagining one guy like, yes, My Girl 2. I'm signing up to support the channel today. This is for you, my man. I've been sitting here just like wondering how to end this video. Not like putting us all on an ice floe out into nothing. But I was Googling around and here's an Associated Press article from the year this movie came out. Character death upsets some viewers of My Girl. Quote, "This was supposed to be a story of a little girl and a little boy, fun, loving, and happy," said Eileen Kaufman of New York. She took her 8-year-old daughter to see My Girl based on its cheerful TV commercial, which shows the child stars jumping into a lake and sharing a very quick kiss. Quote, "We had no idea the little boy would die and the family lived in a mortuary. That was all a surprise," Kaufman said. And her daughter was very upset and very saddened by the death. Which, yeah, sorry, your 8-year-old daughter, that was all of us. We were all forged in the fire of our early 90s trauma, and you know what? Maybe we are better for it. Maybe we are more sympathetic, empathetic, loving people who tell their friends that they love them and do not mess with bees. I wonder what the conversation making this movie was like between the director and Macaulay Culkin and Anna Chlumsky. And it was like, Macaulay Culkin, you're dead. You just climb into this coffin and you're extremely dead, just don't move. And Anna Chlumsky, this is your little friend, Macaulay Culkin, he's dead. So just express pure grief and emotion over his death. Like, were they old enough to understand all of that? I don't know. That's the video.